Hello everyone. Just doing the final fine-tuning. See if everything works as intended. It should have been updated. I don't really understand why it isn't. Thanks for telling me. We have landed in PoE2. One thing I wonder why my music isn't running. I would like to play with music. So, if we look at the timeline currently, then we will notice that PoE2 isn't actually that far away the next season. And if it is actually gonna be as big as GG said it is, I do want to be prepped for it. I want to play it. And I had a build that it was intended to be the last build I played for the previous league. Why is music not playing? That annoys me. So now it's playing. Yeah, I hear it now. Alright, so we actually don't have that much time left till we are going to go for PoE2, and if it's as big as it is, I want to be prepared for it. What is fire? What are we looking at? I see a gull and I see a I forgot the name, but Solstice Vigil I think it was. Headhunter, Nemesis, Crit Multi, Rarity, Flat Damage, AoE. Why is this one... Is AoE a Warlord mod? Otherwise this could have easily been a Misted Ring. Ah, okay, this person is stacking... No, it is not. I saw it with the Warlord bow this person was stacking. Okay, but they are going for high OE. So this is Explode. Fistbow with Explode. So we have 1 Explode, 2 Explode. We have AoE here. AoE here. But Lightning Arrow. Elipan. Trinity. Vicious. Crit Multi. Fizz is Fire. Fizz is Chaos. Tailwind Boots. Temple Gloves, but Lightning. With Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity. Purity of Elements. So this is just... Why is this person not playing Kinetic Blast? That is what I'm wondering. With whatever this person is doing, KB should just be better. Renewal Rotting Claws. Why are we using Renewal? I don't see that we have minion damage affecting us. If we would be using Spiritual Aid, I would get this, but why is Renewal Rotting Claw? What do these clusters give us? Primordial Bond. Ah, okay. This pushes Primordial Bond in the front. And we use Ice Golem, Flame Golem, Lightning Golem, Chaos Golem. Okay, okay. And we have 1 renewal actually in use because we want the region. But the main priority is Primordial Bond. We have Suppression on those. That makes sense. Then Natural Instinct. I like the idea. It's a neat trick. Then we go 5 passives. Wouldn't Profane Bloom be better? Very nice. I appreciate the follow. Uh, You can join my Discord to get pings. It doesn't lag, interesting. So this is specifically an AoE build for like Breach and Alva. But I still wonder why not Kinetic Blast. Is Shaper of Flames for survivability? Looks like it. But survivability, this build has no survivability. Ah, gotcha. In all honesty, I think I would add a curse on hit somewhere. Ah, no, because this is a 4 node. I forgot that this is not a 2 node, but a 4 node. And we don't really care about Mastermind of Discord, that makes sense. Okay. Then Heart of Destruction makes sense, because it's 60% AoE. It's an interesting build. Alright, let's see if I can play PoE2 without lagging. I forgot where this build was at. Yeah. No, for that it's pretty interesting. I get the appeal of it. So we need a little bit of XP on this build before I can start testing. So we're just gonna use what I had already equipped on it. But I have some really interesting ideas. I want to get this to, I think, level 80, 85. And then see if I can buy some gear. So what we had right click for clear. We need to press Q and E for single target.
Creepy mirrors be damned. Is that really what I look like in all this gear?
Hey Winter. I don't see enemies. That's not good.
Scare me with this. I've spent my whole life in here.
I agree that PoE2 isn't as good as PoE1, but it's not bad. What is bad is I'm not rendering enemies.
One down. Who's next? Bag of bones.
I recently reinstalled the game. I think things just have to render. It's the first map I'm actually running. So I used Steam before. I swapped to standalone because I had issues at launch with my download speed with Steam. It just took too long. I was like an hour late. Good that I start with the T1. I definitely need to get used again to PoE2. No, I get your appeal with bows, MD, and I agree to it to an extent. But I don't expect risk mapping to stay next league. cool if you don't even see the boss.
Need a sec. Need more time. Need a sec.
Why am I not doing any damage though?
Not yet.
Ow.
Need more time. Need more time.
I know why. Because I'm likely on my passive tree. What was it? Oh god, what are the keys? Yeah, ooh. I'm on max boss difficulty, okay. Right, does Alva use any risk scarabs? If that's not the case, it might actually stay. Did tiers go up or down now? Uh... Okay, T1 is the best. Okay, okay. I need to get reused to the game, so this is bad then.
You're dead. Another notch on my helmet.
I need to get used to this again. The WASD movement is not what I need to get used to. But what I need to get used to is the actual dodge rolling. And how the build plays. I'm glad I moved here though, directly from the gauntlet. And didn't try normal PoE before I did this. Because imagine going from my 600 movement speed directly to this. I would have felt so slow.
Guess I'm gifted.
Roar isn't actually giving you speed though. So, what I have planned is a build utilizing banners. One very neat thing about the tactician is he has two very powerful interactions. He has Pinned acting as a full freeze, and Pinned is easier to stack than freeze. Because of suppressing fire, all damage builds are pinned and not just physical damage. And second, I have double the reservation plus 2 banners. Now, banners on their own aren't really interesting. However, if we use the fallen formation, we are almost at, always at maximum Valor. And we can then restack a little bit of Valor to get up to 58 Valor. And once we have that, we have one very interesting, neat little node here. Now, who recognizes that wording? Hey, Slide. MD, do you notice what this wording means? Or where you've seen a wording similar to this before? So, this is the exact same wording we have in PoE1 on the Witch Ascendancy. If I open Passive Building here, let me show you. If we are looking at Necromancer, this says Aura from your skills also grant 3% increased attack and cast speed to you and your allies. Or it used to be on the Templar node. This means this is working exactly like that from an auras. Each aura we have also grants this buff. Which also means that each aura effect is also applying to it. Now in PoE2 there is no aura stacking, but there's banner stacking. Banners have built-in aura effect. If you read a banner, it says aura grants more attack damage, aura grants increased accuracy rating, and 10% more aura magnitude per valor. And now with the max valor, well, let me show you my character screen. Oh no, my resistances are uncapped. Bam. And it is that easy. So at League Start, where everybody is trying their best to gain resistances, all I need is a one unique. And when I have the unique, I place these, and I have all the resistances I need. And on top of that, I gain more attack damage, which is the more multiplier, so it is acting just like an aura, just like a more multiplier support gem on the war banner. And on the Defiance banner, I gain movement speed. Yep. My movement speed goes from 37 to 76. That's 40% movement speed every time I place this. And it lingers for 4 seconds. And I gain armored evasion rating on top. I gain more armored evasion rating and more movement speed. Isn't that amazing? I'm a very big fan of this. Now, before I swap back to PoE1, Cloudy did show me this when he supported me as an Aura bot, and I looked into it for solo play, and I think it is viable. I honestly think that I can make a build based on this interaction, just utilizing other good items and skills. It doesn't even have to be spears. I'm not going to be planning with spears, I'm going to be planning with crossbows. In a game that doesn't have flasks, MD, I'm basically pressing my flasks with these, yes. But you are correct. In essence, I have created flasks. Yeah, it looks like I still need to render all the zones in. It's good that I'm Ow! Invisible enemies. It's good that I'm playing now. If it stays so, then it could be for me attempting to triple stream.
Another notch on me helmet.
I might need to restart the stream then. And not do the one of the YouTube streams. Want to see if my computer can handle it. While I'm not doing hardcore or any serious content and just testing. Ow. I'm in danger. I completely forgot that corruption guarantees beyond. But the coolest thing is, I basically have a movement speed bonus. It's so hard to get MS bonus. That is fair. I get what you're saying, but for me that is not an option, as you said. I need to actually start early because I also want to play LE. And if I want to play both LE and PoE2, I need to prepare all the content for PoE2 now, so that I need to spend minimal time on the week before PoE2 on some preparation, and then I can spend more time practicing and playing LE.
Well, that's one down.
I'm also gonna still, despite me spending my time to prep now PoE, I do that because that is what I'm actually enjoying, my preparation, my league starts. I'm actually not gonna be pushing PoE2 that hard. I'm really not that interested in trying to super min-max, unless they fix how we can min-max in PoE2. And we actually have a game way that actually feels good to invest in, to min-max. Like, if towers get fixed, I might min-max, but if I still need to triple tower, I will not do that. I refuse to triple tower next league. I mean, to be fair, I was done with Last Epoch in a week, and I think that's gonna be okay. It's also a gamble on how good the PoE2 expansion is. If PoE2 is bad, people will just go back to Last Epoch. If it's good.
Another notch on me helmet.
Yo, we got an Exalted Orb, we're rich. Yeah, for sure. We need to see what Last Epoch adds, and what PoE2 adds. To be fair, I am more drawn to PoE2 because it is usually the content that goes better for me. Besides PoE1, my Last Epoch content is just because I'm not in the same position in Last Epoch than I am in PoE. My Last Epoch content is just not as interesting as my PoE content. In Last Epoch, I am similar to Zgondel. I'm just a player. I'm not particularly good, I'm not particularly fast, I'm going to be picking a meta build, I'm just going to be playing to explore the content and getting accustomed to the content and what's possible before I go with, alright, it's time to just make a new build. Alright, I need to do some fixing on the build. Look, my cold rush is even worse now. What happened? Why though? Okay, never mind, it's better. I'm quickly need to just